I know a man, he could give me therapy. What's the use of therapy if you don't want to change, babe? I talk too much when I got nothing to say. Maybe it's to get away. It's easier to walk away. I gotta find the time to let love in. I gotta find myself and let love in.
All right, answer the question while we let this fade out. Not. All right, everybody. This is, what do we got? This is episode 5? Episode 5. Still here. We're doing it. What's the pointless history fact you remember from school? From whenever. Something someone taught you, whatever. It's just me. What's a pointless history fact that someone taught you along the way? How do I sound? Do I sound okay? We're here. We got a couple hours to go. Drop those in. I wanna see what's going on. We have a Midwestern correspondent who's gonna join us in a little bit here in a few minutes. We got Ryan Singer who's gonna join us here a few minutes after that, and then we're gonna play some games. We're gonna play a dumb bracket game. I can't believe it's happening. My mom was on here yesterday? Huh. Well, there we go. I think these are crazy facts. It's just the pointless stuff you remember from school. Not pointless. School's good. But that sort of stuff. I moved the desk. Oh. Andy, what's a pointless history fact you remember from school? There's Mom. There's my mom. What's up, Happy Lake Tappy? I tried to make a balloon. What do you guys think this is? What could this be? It was like a woven, like a woven braid, and then it kept popping. We got a lot of them. It does look like one of the dragons from Zelda that like flies when it's date or nighttime, or it's so hard. I'm about 100 hours into Zelda. Not just since the quarantine started, but 100 hours in total. It does look like a hot tub with weird mustard placement. Oh man, it was a nice braid. And then one of the balloons popped. I'm over 100 hours into balloon art. I guess I learned to make these balloons when I was in elementary school. We had something called circus skills. And what it was you could learn to juggle, or you could learn to... I hope I sound all right. I think I'm getting the technical parts of this down. Look at this now. Look at this technical thing. You drag me around, I'm behind this, so I'm not going to be leaking over and everything. Look at that. Look at that. We're doing it. But it was, yeah, you'd learn to juggle, ride unicycles, do all that sort of dumb... Not dumb. It was fun. And it was clown college in elementary school. And I remember one time we went to... Oh no, what did my mom say that balloon is? I'm missing it. One time, so we would... This is what I'm using. It's one of these Yeti Blue mic. What's up, Dan? Sorry you can't stay. Thanks for coming. Even just for now, happy Friday. I hope everyone's doing okay, healthy, safe, clean, all that sort of stuff. It was the Missouri public school system. We learned to juggle and ride unicycles. You juggle scarves, you do balancing stuff. And we one time we would go to like retirement communities, and we would go juggle for them, and no one wanted it. No one wanted it to be happening. Like, no, you know what I mean? You're in elementary school, you're creeped out by like a retirement home. And then these elderly people didn't want us there at all. No one wants it. So we're in our clown makeup, we're juggling and riding unicycles, and everyone has been carted forcefully in to the clown school performance, and we're one woman who does not want to be there, which is everybody. She just yells, "If you don't cart me out of here, I'm gonna shit my pants." She's like, "I'm gonna shit my pants," and we all stop, and then we all get back into our juggling, and then a minute later, shits her pants. She just pooped her pants, and so then she had to cart her out. She found her way out, and so she didn't want to be there, and you have to respect that commitment. A tactical pants shitting is really, really important. In Germany, there was a clown college. I like serious clown. I love Baskets. I love that show Baskets. That's a big thing that I like. All right, I missed everyone's facts. I want to scroll back up and I want to talk about. Oh, hey, thanks for that follow on there. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Let's go through and read. Let me see who these facts that we got in here. Harvard is older than calculus. Those time things always mess with me. Like when you hear that the Ottoman Empire was going on 2 times ago when the Cubs won the World Series, like that sort of thing. That's very weird. Divorced beheaded died, divorced beheaded survived. I remember that one. Martin Luther King Jr. and Anne Frank were the same age. That's crazy. The timeline stuff really messes with me. Sir Robert Peel established the first organized police force. The officers were known as peelers or bobbies. And that's when it changed. Keep your eyes peeled. Look at that. Hitler's birthday is 420. Tight. This is a good fact. Caesar goes, a teacher, you won't always have a calculator with you, so memorize math. Let me tell a handy, incapable centipede is really funny. I think about this for for learning and stuff. We learned so many facts, and I wish that I wonder if kids are learning now how to learn and how to differentiate between what is real and what is fake. It's such a different thing. I'm not profound or smart, but I think that there needs to be a focus put on like learning how to differentiate between what is real and what is not, because everyone's just gonna end up using the internet for everything anyways. Like there's not as much need to know what year the Ottoman Empire crumbled as there is to know how to differentiate between real or fake. Yeah, there's just standardized testing. It seems like it's a lot of standardized testing. I don't know. And then you learn so you can do well on the test so your high school can get money, that sort of things. You teach those lessons in high schools? Are you serious? Stuff about like learning and differentiating between real and fake news? That's crazy. That's so wild. That's so important because I remember we had a senior seminar class, and I think my sister was in the same class a couple years before me, where they're just like, they claim they're going to help you. I wish they taught you how to do your taxes. I wish they taught you, but instead they teach you what a resume is, but then they don't teach you how to update it or how to change it. They kind of just, I don't know. They should have taught us how to change a tire. Okay. Look at me. This is the oldest I've ever felt in my life. All right, so there's this tree outside, and it has these fruits in it, this little fruit in it, and I want you guys to help me know what it is because I want to know if I can eat it in case stuff gets real bad. So if there's any fruit experts in here, could this be worse? Television. I'm gonna hold a fruit up to the camera and ask people what it is. But here we go. So okay, this is what it looks like on the outside. Does anyone know what this is? Name that Pokemon. And then the inside, it looks like a tiny avocado. It isn't always smooth. There was actually tiny little like kiwi fiber hairs on it. So it looks like this. That's what I can't find the. Anyone have any idea? A kiwi berry? If anyone's certain, let me know. It smells a little bit like a pumpkin. Anyways, what are we doing? If anyone knows what that fruit is, it fell off of Papa John's tree. It is a better ingredient. There's a lot of them out there, though. If things go real dire, I might be living off lemons and whatever these things are. All right. So I'm here in Los Angeles. All of our guests have been in Los Angeles or New York. I think that we need to have a Midwest correspondent. It's on a tree outside my apartment, Vanessa. And so we're gonna have. I have a Midwest correspondent who's actually going to join us here and let us know what's going on where he is in the Midwest. So everybody, please clap for our Midwestern correspondent, Brian Sturgill. Please give it up for him. Brian, are you here? Brian? Brian? Get him on the phone. This is a phone. This is a real phone.
There's only one song worth singing. They may try and tell you, cause it hangs them up to see
Brian?
someone like you. But you gotta make
Brian,
music,
how's it going there?
make your own kind of music, even if nobody
Brian,
sings along. You're gonna be nowhere. The loneliest
Brian,
lonely. It may be rough going just to do your
Brian.
thing. The hardest thing to do. But you gotta make your own kind of music.
everyone dropping the Brian.
Make your own kind of music, even if nobody else sings along.
Brian, how's it going there?
Oh, sorry. That's I got mixed up. That's something else I have to do today.
Oh, that is so funny.
How's it going?
How's it going? Tell everyone where you're at if you want.
I'm in St. Louis, Missouri.
What's the I'm sorry, I'm just laughing so hard. What is the mood like in St. Louis?
It is everybody's kind of on edge, obviously.
Yeah.
But to me, it feels like, you ever go to a baseball game when you're a little kid and your dad makes you bring your glove and everybody keeps, like, there's a game going on, everybody keeps checking out and they're like, do you got your glove, buddy? And they're like, yeah, I got it. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But like, we're watching what's actually happening with you guys.
Right.
Yeah, I'm washing my hands. I'm here. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm doing it all. It's like if they ask, he's like, you got your glove? And you're like, yeah, I'm bad at baseball and it's basketball season.
Yeah. But I'm ready when you need me. If you need clean hands, they are available.
Oh, that's so good. How do you pass the time in the Midwest? What's happening in St. Louis?
Just a lot of Netflix and not chill, I guess. Just very isolated.
You'll Netflix and panic.
I've been going on walks, but like I'll see somebody coming towards me on the sidewalk and like cross the street or like
Yeah.
It's very strange, but really there's not much happening here.
I hope you stay safe. I hope you stay clean. I hope we can check in with you some more.
Yeah, it's wild. It really does. It just feels like it's happening somewhere else. You have to like keep reminding yourself it's here. Like anytime I hear somebody struggling, it feels like one of those those like hippie dads where
Right.
they just had a kid and they're like, we were in labor for 14 hours. It's
Yeah.
like, well, you were in labor.
Yeah, we're gonna be all right. I think there's still it's interesting seeing the giant where people are either doing like when Los Angeles announced that shutdown last night that started at midnight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, this is just what I'm already doing.
Right.
But then I realized it's not what everyone's doing. They need someone to yell at them like that, otherwise they won't do it.
It's just insane to me that anybody, like, I've defaulted to like, I don't go anywhere, I don't do anything. Like I think restaurants closed here like today.
Yeah.
Like last night was the thing. but I haven't been to a restaurant in like 2 weeks. Like, I'm not.
Oh, I mean, last night I went through a Chick-fil-A drive-thru, and do you know who also had that idea? Oh, everyone.
Okay.
Because they were like, it's midnight. The extra lockdown happens at midnight. Everything's going to be closed completely at midnight. And I was like, well, 10:30. Surely everyone can't have the same internet I have.
What's your Chick-fil-A sauce?
They had the buffalo sauce here, and I like that buffalo sauce a lot.
Every time I'm in there, I get really like, aw shucksy, and I'll be like I act like I haven't tried any of the sauces. I'm like,
Yeah.
Can you just put one of each of them in there for me? I just
Yeah, I like to I just like how the ketchup packets are shaped.
Oh, that's a dream.
It's what everyone needs, you know. It's all good, but that ketchup packet shape is what we need.
I don't know if that technology hasn't gotten industry. Do they have a copyright on that?
They have to have something.
That should be in every restaurant.
There were so many cars there. They had the people outside taking your orders, and then the guy who took our order outside somehow ended up inside giving the food out to the window, and we were the first, like, as we went through, he came and gave us the food, and he was just like so excited to see the same people again. And I was like, look at us. Look at us living.
We're friends now. You're the person I've seen the most often.
Well, Brian, thank you. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving us we're gonna check in more. We'll check in. Everyone say bye to Brian, and we're gonna check in more with Brian as this all goes on. I can't wait to watch a clip of that again and see how I mess it up by laughing and resizing your window the entire time. I'll talk to you later, man.
Cool. I'll see you soon.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, everybody, yay, that was fun. We need more Midwest correspondent Brian, I think. Today, I think we're going to go ahead and give him a call right now. I'll be right back. We're going to call our guest, the one and only.
Smoking dope and rock and roll. The only life I ever know. Not one for doing what I'm told. Smoking dope and rock and roll. I've been walking down a thin line. What's a shame and what's a sin? Now I'm finally making up my mind. This ain't no trouble that I'm in. So baby, take me for who I am. Maybe you don't understand. Just because I take the time to unwind, don't make me half a man. Smoking dope and rock and roll, only life I ever known. Hacking bowls and rocking shows, smoking dope and rock and roll. Ain't no
All right, everybody, we are here with Ryan Singer. What is up, Ryan? How you doing? Look at
Hey,
that.
buddy, what's up?
We did it. Look at that. He's got a microphone. We're killing it. It's gonna sound great. Look at that.
I sound good. I've even got like a pop-up light in here, so I hope it looks
You
okay.
probably sound better. No, I can turn his echo off. I forget every time. Now there should be no more echo. No more echo. There's literally a button I have to put to do that. The Daily, Kyle, echo. All right. Now how's Ryan? Now how you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing great. You know what's weird is now that I can't really. I mean, I can leave the house. Obviously, we're allowed to leave the house, but now that we're supposed to limit our like interactions outside, I'm drinking more coffee than I did previously. So I'm like, this is a tall boy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm getting, and I was off coffee for like 5 months.
A while.
Yeah, and so like I'm so jacked. It's like I'm doing it to myself. I'm jacking myself up to not be able to do anything.
Yeah. So we got some games that we're playing here. The first thing we're going to do, we have a game called 10 rapid fire questions with our guests to learn a little bit about the guest. Then we do it 5 times. Oh wait, it's actually 50 questions. So we're going to
Can I get these wrong? Like these aren't ones I can get wrong, are they?
No, not most of them.
Okay, good.
All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you these 10, and then we're going to play a game with you guys. We're going to set up and we're going to play a Jackbox game. You guys can play along with us. Which one? Does anyone really love any of the ones we played? If you really like any of the ones we played, put it in the chat. We'll pick which one we want to do. Here we go. Just 50 questions about yourself for us here, real quick. What's your favorite place you've ever been?
Ooh, got Lake Arrowhead.
What was your first car?
It was was it a Grand? Oh shit! It was like I only had it for like a month. I forget the name of it because me and my brother shared it, and I destroyed it within a month. I blew it up.
Thanks for the donation, whoever sent it. I appreciate that. I want to hear the story about blowing up the car.
Well, a buddy of mine in college was a gambler, and up in Bowling Green State University in Northern Ohio, and he was a gambler. I think it was my sophomore year in college, or my junior year, and my dad had gotten a car for my brother and I, who was a year above me at the same college, for my aunt, and my buddy won a parlay, a college basketball parlay, which is like, I think you have
to win a few bets on top of each other.
They're all
or
bundled
nothing.
they're all bundled into one, and so it was the first time he won a parlay, so he had all this money. So he decided that we should go to, I think it was 1999 that the Cincinnati Reds and the New York Mets had a one-game playoff play-in Cincinnati to see who would go to the divisional series.
Okay.
So we took my car because he's like, I'm buying us tickets, and we're driving. It was about a 3.5 hour drive. We're going to that playoff game. So we drove my car down to that playoff game. He bought me, and so three of us, he bought us tickets, and we got gas and oil on the way down. And I forgot to put the oil cap back on the engine after we filled up oil. And so by the time we drove back after the Reds got their butts kicked, it was an awful game. It's like 3 a.m, and the engine locks up on the freeway in the middle of nowhere on Interstate 75 South in the middle of nowhere. And so we go to a hotel, and I have to wake my dad up at 3:30 in the morning and tell him that car he just bought for my brother and I, like literally 3.5 weeks earlier, was a hunk of unusable metal now, just stranded on the freeway. And then I think he came and picked us up. I can't even remember who picked us up and drove us back to Bowling Green, which is 2-hour drive from Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, I destroyed it. I destroyed that car.
Oh, man. Well, here we go. Next one. What movie have you seen the most?
It's either Shawshank Redemption or The Jerk.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming by. A couple people got head out. Thank you. Next one. Have you ever had any nicknames?
I've had nicknames that I gave myself, unfortunately, because I didn't have enough. When you don't have enough friends, you give yourself a nickname because you feel like you're missing out on the nickname game.
I know that you did this because you told me.
My first nickname I gave myself was the Peacemaker. That's when I was like 9-10 years old, because I thought I was going to be a priest when I grew up. So I called myself the Peacemaker and ran around school on recess, breaking up fights and stuff in the name of God.
It's like the weirdest, worst Marvel Hulu show.
Because I was a kid when I was a little kid, I had like this huge afro because my mom wouldn't let me cut my hair. So I always, all year round, I would wear like a winter hat, a toboggan. And I also, for some reason, really loved those puffy winter snow boots. So I would wear those all year round. So it's like, May or June, and I'm running around recess in a hat and snow boots, calling myself the Peacemaker, breaking up fights.
You guys see Ryan? What was his nickname again? Oh, yeah. The Sweaty Kid.
And then I found out later I had a nickname, Pants Too High, which is a nickname I didn't know I had until later. Like years later, they told me like, oh, yeah, we used to call you Pants Too High as your nickname. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, because you always wear your pants too high. And I was like, I immediately became self-conscious for the rest of my life about how high my pants were.
Oh, man. Now I'm realizing I used to always tell people I never had a nickname, but it turns out I just think I never had a nickname to my face.
Yeah. And you know what? It's one of those situations where it's like, you know what? I would have been fine never knowing I had this nickname.
Yeah.
You never needed to tell me this. Like, not knowing is better than knowing. Like, people say, it's always better to know the truth. Well, in some cases, it's not. It doesn't matter. I don't need to know that. And then later, I gave myself another nickname in high school, Noodles. I nicknamed myself Noodles because of the movie Once Upon a Time in America, Scorsese film with De Niro and James Woods. And so I called myself Noodles until people started calling me it, which was never. And so, like, I mean, I even went as far to write Noodles on the back of, like, my T-shirts. and still no one would call me Noodles.
All right. Next question. What's your middle name?
Jeffrey.
Next question. Have you ever fired a gun?
Yes.
Next question. If you could have any animal as a pet and it would be well behaved, what would you choose?
Water dragon.
Water dragon? What's that?
The lizard, baby.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you love lizards.
They're like, I mean, and they look like they'll kill you, but they also look so cute at the same time. There's something like deeply attractive about that to me.
Yeah. All right, next question. What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is not being in control of people laughing at me.
Oh, wow. So similar to the water dragon thing.
Yes. I mean, because I think that's a big part of comedy. It's like we get to be usually in control of the laughter, right? Like, people are laughing at us and we know why, because we made them. Like, if I'm on stage in a comedy club or doing a show somewhere, the absolute worst thing that can happen to me is a pocket of the audience is laughing and I have no idea why.
Right. If you're on stage and people start to do their own thing, it's insane. It makes you feel like Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it spins me out because it triggers like my childhood like trauma of like just like being laughed at and so my mind immediately goes to the worst.
Well, here's a fun thing that happens with this is sometimes everyone in the chat just plays a different game with each other and doesn't pay attention to the show.
That's exactly the same thing.
The other day I looked out and they were just like talking about Jessica Alba or something. Like, everyone was just doing some completely separate thing. All right. Who's your first celebrity crush?
Tony Braxton.
All right, and last one. If you pick one, 2 guys, a girl, or a pizza place?
Pizza place.
All right. There's our first 10 questions with Ryan. We will be back with the rest of them. I'm going to pull up and we're going to play Jackbox. Someone in here didn't get in yet for a few games. I don't remember who it was. I want to send you the code first, but I don't know how to do that. But bear with me here for a second. Ryan, you might want to mute your mic. Okay, just remember they can hear you. Here we go. We're going to do the Fibbage one we did yesterday. That was pretty fun. And then if you stay after the stream today, we're going to play a bracket game. Someone is asking you about what your stuffed animal monkey in the background is.
That's a stuffed gorilla named Farley. I bought him right after Chris Farley died and named him Farley. Yeah, so I've had him for however long that's been.
He looks nice. Tell everyone real quick while I'm pulling this up. Tell everyone about your podcast, because I can't think of a better way to. There's like a lot of this. It's a different heavy, if that makes sense. So it's like it's a fun thing that you can dive into that is in just tell them about. I feel like it's an escape, but not funny explicitly on purpose at the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's called Me and Paranormal You. I do long interviews with people who've had paranormal experiences or they have paranormal abilities. I do 2 episodes a week. So one episode is an interview typically, and then another episode is me doing a deep dive, or it's just a solo. So it's a solo podcast half the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do 2 solos. Sometimes I do 2 interviews. There's no real definite structure, and it all gets filtered through my sense of humor. Because I do think that keeping a sense of humor about the things we believe in is the most important part about effectively communicating those beliefs.
And if you want to hear me tell a very long ghost story, it's on there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you've been a guest. I also have another podcast that's much newer. It's only a year old. It's called This Is Where the Magic Happens, with my co-host Angela Lovell, who's a psychic, a witch, an author. And we have a lot of fun talk. That's mostly focused on magic with a K, and like the occult, and there's also paranormal stuff and things like so fairies, magic, Pan, Hecate, sex magic, stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot, and it's fun. Go listen to that. If you guys into that stuff at all, Ryan's going to be what you want to listen to for that sort of thing. We're going to play another round called Fibbage Enough About You. So, Ryan, what I'm going to do with you real quick is I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see this game. All right?
Gotcha.
So don't freak out. Do you see the game okay?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
So what I want you to do is go to that website, go to jackbox.tv, Ryan, and then put that code in. You'll see the thing to do.
Okay, so don't just click on your screen.
Yeah,
I have to
screen.
do it
You're
myself.
Gonna open your own window here.
Okay. Oh, I think I know how to use the internet.
Who here believes in ghosts? Put in I want to see who believes in ghosts.
Okay, the 4-letter code. Let me see where it is. Let me
don't
find
say it out loud.
Okay. Oh my God, that's a bad word. Did they do that on purpose?
There's no bad 4-letter words. Does anyone know what this fruit is? I'm gonna keep holding it up. All right, Ryan's in. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna share this here in 1 second, and so then you can join in. You're gonna want to go to jackbox.tv. You go to jackbox.tv. Let me go ahead and get Ryan in here so you can.
Can I just share your screen, or do I have to stay on the website?
You have to stay on the website because it's a game we're gonna play.
Gotcha. Oh, while we're doing that, I can show people this if they can see me. This is
They can.
This is a Freemason coin, if people can see it, that I got from a friend of mine in Georgia. So if anyone has ever wondered, like, some of the things that like Freemasons get, this is one of their coins. This is a 135th year anniversary of this particular lodge coin. It's just kind of a cool, interesting thing from like a quote unquote secret society that I just kind of use as a concentration. It's like my, what is it? A fidget spinner?
Yeah, it's like a little fidget spinner for you.
Yeah, it's a fidget spinner for me.
All right, everyone, we got the game pulled up. Everyone's on jackbox.tv. Let's go ahead and unhide the code. First, 6 people to get the code in can play with us. And then everyone else can play as well collectively as an audience if you don't make it in. Not Kyle's dad. 912. Oh, big shout out to our biggest sponsor.
That's a deep, deep cut right there. Well, I guess it's not that deep. I mean, well, the 912 part, goes deeper.
All right. So you ready to play, Ryan? You ready to play? You got your thing pulled up? This will explain all the rules to you, but it's pretty easy. Let's do it.
I'm still on the sit back, relax screen.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay. It just started. It looks like.
Cookie, and you're playing Enough About You. Those are all the words on the post-it note in front of me, so let's just move on. Call the press. It's a full game. Oh, and if anybody
I mean, I see stuff on your screen, but I don't see
you're
stuff
good.
on mine.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Audience members get to guess the truth and pick decoy lies to fool the players. Let's go.
So you're going to tell truths about yourself, and then we get to write lies as you, and we see who can pick out which one was the truth you wrote about yourself.
Chance to make up lies about the other players.
Oh, okay.
I'm showing you this so you can see.
I need to bring
what they
that screen
see.
up.
No, you don't. You're good.
Okay.
But just
I can't
bring up
do
your
it.
window browser too. That has the that you signed into.
Yeah, I've got that on the main screen,
Great.
and yours is tiny.
That's okay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess I can smaller. Get it fitting in there. Okay, there we go.
Finish quick before you ruin it for everyone.
There we go. That's a good fit. That's a good fit.
Oh shit! What happened? Disappeared.
All right, so now you have to guess. Now you get to make up lies about the other players.
Type in your lies now.
Oh, okay, because the thing I was writing disappeared.
You didn't get it in time?
No, I didn't.
We'll
but...
see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
So the idea is that you make up a lie good enough that someone will think your thing is the truth about this person you don't know.
Gotcha. I got that one in. I didn't realize there was a time.
These taste okay.
Okay, let's see. Did you say these taste okay?
You know what this is? It's a little fruit outside.
I can't see
Which
you.
one is the truth?
Oh, that's right. All right, now you have to guess. You have to pick which one you think Fuller's truth is. Is it really a date? I don't think it's a date. I think it might be those loquats someone was talking about.
Okay, what did everyone pick? Nice fibbing.
That's my lie. So you get points if people pick your lies.
Oh, okay. I'm still quite confused, but I understand the premise of what's going on, but like trying to follow along on your screen. Oh, okay, I'm just going to bring up the Skype window so I can see what's going on with the chat and everything. Oh, going back over here. Looks like I'm getting what's the scores? Am I getting my butt kicked?
You are at 0.
Oh my God.
Because no one picked your lie.
Oh, because I probably didn't even finish my sentence.
Yeah.
When I was typing it in.
Or here you go. Instead of the ice cream truck, 912 would prefer the what truck? And now you have to write the lie.
Yeah, this is I think I got a good one in on this one.
What do the leaves on the tree look a little bit like a loquat tree when you Google it? That's what it looks like.
Oh, I definitely am in the Illuminati. I see someone wrote that. You can go to the Illuminati.org and just sign up.
They're a .org now.
Oh wait, so I click my answer twice, right?
Oops, someone guessed booty truck. That was yours.
Heck yeah, dude.
Ah, that's a good lie. Ah, but then Fuller fell for my lie.
I fell for...
That was the audience's lie.
Oh. I was just thinking about donuts, dude.
What did he actually say? Really, Shar?
So what's the real answer?
Funnel cake. Whenever it says truth.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. At least I got 505. What's up, 505?
Not Kyle's dad is running away with this one.
This player's worst subject in school was
Worst
blank.
subject in school.
Enter your lies now.
I know this one.
Hey, I'm serious about that timer. Finish quick.
I'm trying to read the chat to try to stay engaged with that. If there's any,
I can pull it up on the top there.
All right, find the
I should have shown
right.
you can get a pop-up chat on your screen. All right, not Kyle's dad. Worst subject in school was...
So, like, it's true that I select the answer twice, right? It looks like, because every
I
time
don't know what this second screen is with the little check
Okay.
marks afterwards.
Gotcha.
I don't know,
So,
because you can
All right,
check a
let's
bunch
see
of
what
them.
you guys picked.
oh, you can?
You can only guess one, and then I don't know what that rainbow... Like, I don't know what this screen is.
Yeah.
My dad's
Oh,
in pretty-
okay.
Oh, that's not my dad.
So I just got more points?
Because 2 people picked your lie. All right.
Oh,
Come on, movie history. Ah, Fuller keeps fucking getting me.
wait.
That was a complete miss.
Oh, so someone picked...
No one guessed the right one.
Because I saw my name twice pop up. I don't know what that means.
That's because you wrote one and then you guessed on one.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so I got more points that time. Okay. I'm doing better.
One person, Kyle, would come back. So now you make up your lies for me.
Blank. All right, type in your lies.
Oh, I know. Okay. Let me think of a good one here.
Oh, second screen is just for likes. It's just for fun and adds a tiny amount of points. That's what someone said. The check mark screen.
Oh, okay.
Hurry up and finish before time runs out.
Hurry, Ryan, you're so close. You got 2 seconds.
Got
There
it.
you go. You're the little
I didn't-
eyeball flower.
I didn't get... Oh, okay. But I didn't get to like other people's stuff
Okay,
that time.
which one's the truth?
Oh, mine didn't get in.
You didn't get yours in time? No, you can't see your own. That's the thing. It did get in.
Oh,
You just can't see
okay.
your own because you can't choose your own. Do you know what I mean? You can't
Yeah.
guess your own lie. I see all of them.
Let's see what everybody selected.
So I should just like everybody's to get points,
That's
right?
nice. You give them points.
Oh, shoot. No, I like giving points to people. Oh, I gotta see...
I want to see what Ryan's lie was. You guys know I hate Dick Cheney. That's a good one. Shar definitely knows I hate him.
Mine was probably too obscure.
It was Lindsey Graham. I just feel like he'd really freak out.
Wow, that was $1,000? Oh, wait. Mine... Yeah, I didn't see mine.
That means no one guessed it.
Oh, okay. Mine was the Dead Milkmen, the band.
Okay, folks,
But, like, it's a very... That's like such an obscure, like a 30-year-old punk rock group that many people would say was more pop punk. Oh, okay. I gotta get on the screen here.
A cat just touched my leg and scared me. We're doing it.
Hurry, time's almost up.
Okay.
Okay, seek
Die young.
All right, let's see what everybody picked.
Oh, wow. We all fell for... Fuller is killing us with these lies.
Yeah, Fuller's a very good liar. Oh, hell yeah.
You're so excited to see that people chose it.
Yeah.
This guy goes, yeah, Fuller's a teacher. You get good at lying. Is it because you keep saying, yeah, you'll use this someday? Not Kyle's dad is running away with it.
Here's a question for you.
I had a friend of mine who...
Alcoholic drink this player
I've
Oh my
known-
god, I was there.
blank. Answer your lies
I can't believe
now.
this was his question.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what it was, but I was there.
Oh, shoot. What's that called?
You type in beer.
Oh, shoot. I can't think of the name of this thing. Oh,
Finish
Oh.
before you ruin it for everyone.
gosh. Okay. I couldn't think of it. I couldn't think of the name. Why? Considering how many of them I drank in college, I can't believe I can't remember the name of it.
Okay,
That I wanted to use.
Oh, hey, someone's hosting our stream on some other stream. That's nice. All right, first. I don't know how that little zombie popped up, but that was cool.
Okay, let's take a look.
Boone's Farm. I mean, I love some good Boone's Farm.
Oh, I know. It's just it was in Boone County. Oh, that's
The Strawberry Daiquiri Boone's Farm was the way to go.
We were in Boone County, is why I guessed that, in Columbia, in Missouri.
Kind of spooky.
Oh, wow.
We all fell for their lie?
Believe it or not.
It was just beer and no one guessed beer?
So, like, the audience in general gets to, like, poll
They get
whoever...
to be a collective person, and they have a multiple choice of they can choose of all, like, common stuff, like Jim Beam and Coke and stuff like that. Oh,
okay.
sure, you were 5 and just had a beer. All right, final round.
Okay, so I'll get this one in on time.
Write 1 truth and 1 lie. 250 for everyone you fool. 500 if you guess someone's right. A lot of points up here, Ryan.
Okay, 1 truth about myself. Oh, shoot, I got to think of something fast. Okay. We'll see what happens here.
This person said they're sacrificing their lead to do a bit, and they stand by it. All right, pick which one's true.
That one's too easy, right?
If you know me, maybe.
Oh, I guess,
if you
yeah.
know I run every morning.
Boom, boom.
Everyone? I did a good job.
Is this the,
I don't know. Oh, that's right. Yesterday we talked about me being a mermaid, so that's gonna give away the swimming thing the next day.
You can really tell something about someone by the truth on this one.
Yeah.
Toaster strudel or Pop-Tart.
I know. We literally talked about it yesterday. That's so dumb. I tried to slide it by. Oh, Fuller. Toaster strudels are just better, though. Even though I do have Pop-Tarts with me.
Oh, this is a good question.
Okay, Mom dropping facts in the chat now.
Oh, your mom?
Yeah.
We all really listen to you. I like that comment as well. Like, hey, man, we actually listen. Oh, wait, did I get that one wrong or right? I can't.
I didn't see.
I didn't see.
Okay, which one?
Okay, here we go. Oh, do I get to? I don't get to vote on this one.
You don't get to guess on your own thing.
What do you think?
This is a person who said they're giving up their lead for a bit. I hope. That's so funny.
I mean, we're gonna find out, you know, what's real and what's not here.
Ryan,
in a second.
you watched Lost, didn't you?
No.
Oh, well then never mind. We had a really good bit on here with Lost a minute ago. I didn't see coming. It made me laugh so hard. All right, Fuller was killing us with these lies earlier. Although I do know, if you haven't answered yet, I think he hates Florida.
Oh shoot, I already answered. Oh no, I just imagine because of your love for Missouri, the answer is Missouri. I love Missouri is the truth.
No one could imagine anyone loving Florida. Flip a dime on your wrist. Oh, this one's good.
I bet it's the back. If I had to, I'm guessing back of the car.
Christy consistently has had the best options throughout all of this. Like, she's definitely playing the game the best. But
That's
Fuller is killing us.
I bet
with
she
the
was
lies.
born in the back of a car.
What a good lie. She fooled everybody.
Wow, that was a good one. God, I wish I was born in the back of a car.
The Kyle's dad jokes killed it too. But fooling everybody? Unprecedented.
Excuse me. Excuse me. This is a. If you're. This is split. Wow. Okay. I can only imagine. I think the best part about not being super tall is I didn't have to hear like those like you're a tall person jokes my whole life.
Oh, look at not Kyle's dad ran away with it.
Oh wow.
Still, even after the bit.
I'm trying to think. I don't even really know what that means to be able to flip a dime off your wrist.
Even after the bit. We all lost.
Um,
Congratulations to not my dad. He said they say they feel so successful.
I just entered my answers wrong in the game.
All right, we're doing it. And now I don't have to share my screen with Ryan anymore. He can go back to regular life.
Okay. Should I turn another light on?
I think we're doing it. I mean, the microphone is the best. Audio is the most important, I think.
Okay, good.
All right, Ryan, Never Seen It games. We play a bunch of them. But before we get into this next one, we have to do 10 more rapid-fire questions to learn a little more about Ryan. All right, you ready for questions 11 through 20?
Yes.
Ryan, if you could choose your own name, what would you choose?
Oh, Gerald.
Ryan, how old do you think I am?
Oh, my God. You're 32.
No. No one's got it yet.
How do I not know how old you are?
Ryan, what's your favorite chain restaurant?
Oh. Restaurant, not fast food joint, right?
It's up to you.
I love a good Applebee's.
What film bad guy do you align with the most?
I can't answer that one. I was going to say something, but I was like, ugh.
It's okay. I answered the imaginary friend from Jojo Rabbit.
Well, I imagine sometimes I feel this, so I'll say the Gamork from Neverending Story.
Okay. I haven't seen that one. Ryan, what's a road that pops into your head when you think about roads?
Oh, it's called Mary Lane.
Bye, hey Christina. Thanks for watching. Mary Lane?
Yeah, it's the street in my hometown. Everybody had a street like this.
Yeah.
That was like a legendary for, like something that happened on that street. You know what I mean?
What happened on Mary Lane?
Well, Mary Lane apparently, and it's like this is from the 80s, so keep that in mind. Back when people were less sensitive about, or people were just more of an asshole, I guess. Yeah. But the Mary Lane, if you drove down Mary Lane, there was a house on Mary Lane that apparently a bunch of it was a family of albino people, right, who just sat on their porch with shotguns, and if you drove by their house and looked at them, they'd shoot you.
That was like the rumor type of thing?
That was like the folklore of that. Yeah.
Wow. What Happened on Mary Lane is a good title for something.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan, what's a word that you love?
Oh, a word that I love?
Yeah.
There's so many, but one that I just realized yesterday was pursuant.
Ooh. I think this would be a fun thing to do. I want to talk to everyone in the chat about what's the little folklore thing everyone knew about in your town, but you don't know where it came from. You know what I mean? Like your Mary Lane thing. Everyone kind of has this sort of thing. That's a fun thing we can do.
And it's funny because like a lot of those in ghost stories, everybody Every town in America has a variation of the same ghost stories too. It's an interesting phenomenon that's popped up.
Right, you do kind of. It's similar to like how everyone knows those weird childhood games, like the doorknob fart game or the hold this thing up and get punched game. Where do we all learn these games before there was any way to communicate any of this stuff?
Yeah, word of mouth, baby.
Yeah. All right, Ryan. Do you think it's possible for people to foster a puppy and not end up keeping it?
Yes, I do, because there's some people that like foster so many puppies.
Okay, so do you think they already own a dog separate of that, though?
Yeah, and they're just people who they know they can't keep it, and they just love. They're willing to have their heart break over and over and over again because they love too much. Or so much.
People are talking about the folklore from their town, and someone's like, memory lane in my town. I stole the sign, and now I can't remember where I left it. That's pretty funny. And then someone goes, the Devil Tree in Florida. And then Fuller goes, Creed is from my hometown. This person had a local flower shop with a sex dungeon in the basement. My friend grew up in a house that used to belong to the old town doctor. Kids kept stealing the watermelons, so he poisoned the watermelons. This stuff is crazy.
It would be a really fun like travel show.
I think it could be a segment on one of your shows where you're talking to people about these things, and then you have a hometown lore thing to learn a little bit about them.
Yeah, I should ask people to just email me, and I'll read them.
We got a friend coming up. We're gonna see if this messes anything up. Hello.
Oh, okay.
All right. Next up, tail is in the face.
What do you think about the mustache, by the way?
I like the mustache for you. What do you think about my mustache?
Oh, your mustache is killing it.
Thank you. All right.
Are you now like so allergic? You're like allergic to cats, and you just did that. Now you've like
the cat is named Mabel, so everyone knows the cat's name. All right. Next up, how many Bluetooth devices do you think you own?
No fewer than 4.
All right, and our last one here. How many songs should an ideal album have on it? How many songs should an album have on it, ideally? I think that's the wording.
Okay. I'm more of a total length guy, but I'd say if we're talking music, I'd say 12.
12. Everyone hovers in the 12 world, except Dave, who said one, or was it Dave? Someone said one really short song. I think it was Dave. Who Dave is actually releasing in... Never mind. I don't know if it's a thing yet. All right. So there we go. There's 10 more questions. All right. We're going to do a thing now. I brought out some old podcast games, and we're going to play this first one here with everybody. So this game is called What Movie Do You Think This Obscure IMDb Trivia Is About? I actually have music, courtesy of Aaron and Tyler.
Oh, my roomie.
Yeah.
My roomies.
You can't hear the music though. Sorry, Ryan.
I was like, wow, is this for dogs?
So this game is called which IMDb trivia is this from? Which movie is this IMDb trivia obscure from? And so I'm going to ask one at a time, and it gets a little bit more specific as it goes along, and type the movie in if you think you get it. I won't tell you if you're right, but we'll see who can get it first, okay? And Ryan, you can guess as you think, but you only get one guess. All right, number 1. This movie was nominated for an Oscar. Doesn't get... Next one. This is the first movie to show a modern cell phone. It was a portable Radio Shack model 17-1003, launched circa 1986.
Die Hard.
No. It was not Die Hard. Next trivia. Both lead actors were much younger than their on-screen characters' ages. Next one. In a scene where the main character contemplates suicide, they put an actual bullet in the chamber of the gun, thinking that it would allow for a greater sense of portraying the scene realistically and dramatically.
Oh.
Next one. The only film in the franchise where a main character's shoulder is not dislocated at some point.
Oh.
You know what it is now, don't you?
Yeah,
Don't say it yet.
100%.
Don't say it yet.
100% know what it is.
Next one. The star of this movie turned down the lead in Die Hard, and Bruce Willis turned down the lead of this movie. And last one, the star also turned down the main role in The Fly to do this. All right, we got some people who got it right. The first person who got it right here is Fistful of Nachos, I believe. Ryan, tell everyone what it is. You're very confident.
Lethal Weapon.
It is Lethal Weapon. Oh, crap. Look at this cat hair.
Oh my God.
Ryan, say it again. Say Lethal Weapon again.
Lethal Weapon. Because Mel Gibson can dislocate and relocate his shoulder.
He can.
He's one of those people that does that thing and then just kind of and everybody goes, "Ah!"
Yeah, I know, like a circus thing.
And in the late 80s, that was like all you needed to like have like a really super special like trick. And I'm not saying that it's
it's impressive, but it used to be, and we talked about this the other day, how entertainment. Don't you wish you knew what you knew now, and you could go back to like 1904, and you would just be like, you ever notice how men and women behave differently? And then you would sell out Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, and like and watch me tie a cherry stem into a knot.
Right,
People would think
right.
you're the devil.
Right. Oh, hey, you guys want to see me steal someone in the audience's nose?
I still love that one.
That's like such a funny Simpsons joke where someone does the got your nose thing to Bart, and then Homer's like, my uncle still has my nose. Yeah, it just used to be, it is so weird how quickly stand-up has gone from very, like, street jokes that other people would do. Do you know what I mean? Other people would do it.
Yeah, I mean, to be a great comedian back in the day, you were just a great joke teller.
You didn't have to be a joke writer.
And then the transition into original material eventually started. Yeah, and it's a fascinating transition, and who really knows like why it started?
Because vaudeville was the hosts were generally the joke tellers with stuff like that, and they would be the master of ceremonies, and they're retelling jokes everyone's heard 20,000 times. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then it slowly transitioned into the street joke versions of those jokes. You know, I mean, they become a little bit more personal, and then people start writing the jokes, and it's also young, especially compared to like music or other mainstream sort of, even, you know what I mean, theater. And now it's people making fun of the art of it the entire time. Do you know, we had Rob Hayes on here doing stand-up yesterday with no response. We've gone so far we already can play off of the idea of the thing.
Yeah, it's funny. Like when I was a teacher for a very short period of time.
Yeah.
Back in 2002, 2003, and a fun thing I would do with my students was we would make up joke. They found out that I was a comedian because one of their parents was at a show I was doing, and so that kind of just it descended everything into chaos at that point. You know what I mean? So because they were old enough to know what that meant. And so if they were good enough, at the end of the day, I'd put aside 10, 15 minutes to where we'd write our own jokes.
Yeah.
And so basically, if you want to write a street joke, and it's a fun exercise mentally to do it, you just pick two seemingly unconnected things. That's what I would do. I would write on the chalkboard, okay, give me two things, right? And then, okay, now give me a place.
Yeah.
And then now give me an activity.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like a rabbit and a shoe were having a tea party at the fire station.
Right,
and
like Mad Lib almost.
Yeah, so it's like now figure out where the joke is in that thing. And half the time they made absolutely no sense, and that made them even funnier.
Yeah.
But in my nieces, when they were younger, we used to do the same thing, and they would love it, even though the jokes made no sense that they'd come up with.
Yeah.
But it was like there's something magical about, you know, writing your own joke, even if it's good or not.
I remember seeing a thing where someone was breaking down how to write jokes for late night, and they were just like, you take one thing that's newly relevant. This is specifically more of a late night thing than it is like because their jokes are every day. Like, how do you write 100 jokes a day? You take a thing that's brand new in the news or brand new that you want to talk about. You take another thing that everyone knows about that's in the news, and then you find the similarity. And their example was Aladdin just came out, Do you think? And then they were like, "What?" So Aladdin's the brand new thing. What's everyone think about Trump? What do you think about with these? Well, it's a good thing it doesn't take place here. He would deport Aladdin. You know what I mean? Like something like that. And he's like, you take the brand new thing you want the joke to talk about, and then you throw it on the backdrop of what everyone's thinking. And you can write 100 jokes like that a day. And that's why everyone watches every late night show every night still.
When I was younger, like when I first started in comedy, I had my whole career mapped out.
Yeah.
I was going to start in stand up. I was going to get on SNL by the time I was 25, 26.
Yeah.
I was going to do SNL for 5 years because at the end of that, I'd start doing movies, and then I would leave SNL, be a movie star. And then when I was around 40, so right around now, or a few years ago, I'm 43.
Yeah.
I was going to take over the Tonight Show. And I almost had it figured out by the time like Leno was going to be done and all that kind of stuff. And so but I was obviously a little off, but then I realized like hosting a late night talk show for me, I was like, I don't know if I could, I don't think I'm built that way as far as like where my joy comes from. And like, if it's my skill set, I think we all could do things, but I was like, I don't know if that's, then later as I moved on, I obviously realized that there was other things I wanted to do, but it is interesting to be in that kind of thing where you're a machine factory, and you have all these people writing jokes for you.
I mean, it was like Letterman, who after Conan and Letterman are really the two late night hosts that I've ever really had a good
connection with.
Like, yeah. And Conan for like I like these goofy conceptual things, and Letterman because he looks like he hated his job every day he showed up for 25 years. Yeah.
And I just loved his.
He had the funniest running bit, and you can see it if you Google it. Every time a band would play, he would ask the drummer if those were their drums or if they borrowed the late nights kit. He would walk up to the drummer and be like, "Those yours or those a rental? What are we working with here?" And then someone cut together a compilation of him doing the entire thing.
That's
and it's
funny.
just so funny. I love Letterman, but I love Conan. Letterman just looked like you could see he was the biggest cog, and he didn't like that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But he almost always looked like it's not always, but like when I would watch it, so he's 30 years into talk show stuff. He looked like they just took the makeup thing off and then told him to read a cue card every moment. Do you know what I mean? I remember watching one time, and it was when Justin Bieber was on, and he was singing Baby. So this is early Justin Bieber. And he goes on, and I don't know if this is boring everybody, us telling, but he goes on, and he after Justin Bieber sings and does the thing, Letterman walks up to a backup dancer, and he goes, "So this is your job? You dance for this kid?"
What a lovable asshole.
I mean, it's so. But I went to a Letterman taping just to go watch, and he's so happy talking to the crowd, and so happy. He doesn't do stand up, but he sort of does jokes about his day to day before the show and during makeup breaks, and that's his favorite. He seems so happy.
That's my favorite thing to watch.
Yeah,
it's like one of my favorite things to see, especially in that it was pretty great, the Robin Williams documentary on HBO.
I can't watch it. I get too.
The outtakes from like Mork and Mindy, or when they have the footage of when they're not rolling, and how much fun Robin is having with the live studio audience.
I mean, that's my favorite part of any shoot, is being mic'd up and telling jokes to just the sound guy, because he can hear you, or talking about the process of making it. I like acting, and I like doing like sketch comedy and stuff, but it's just so much funnier to me that we all take it seriously. I
just realized it's a animal balloon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I tried to make a woven thing, and it just looks like nothing now. Yesterday it popped as well. It's not going great. I can really only do dog. Bobcat Goldthwait, who now has turned into just like fairly much a artistic auteur. Do you know what I mean? He does what he wants to do. World's Greatest Dad is one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's so unique and so specific. And I would honestly say, that's so funny. Someone goes, "I once commented on how hot the audio guy was, and when I walked to the back of the room, he goes, 'Am I as hot as your mic?'" That's really good. That's so funny. But Bobcat was best friends with Robin Williams, and you know what I mean? He has all these great stories about him. And he's like, I was so close with Robin Williams, I was bored by him. And he's like, can you even fathom that? And he told this story about watching Robin Williams play Call of Duty, because he would play Call of Duty in his downtime all the time. And he was like, this kid was yelling at Robin Williams. He's like, fuck you, you fucking suck. And Robin Williams was like, hey, I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna kill you. And then the kid was like, I think the genie from Aladdin said he's gonna kill me.
It's so funny how like people know you for specific things, like when you're at that level of fame, you know what I mean? It's in talking about Bobcat has really become one of the benevolent ambassadors inside the world of comedy in the last 10 years, where because I'm rewatching all of the Larry Sanders Show.
And this is if people, you know who Bobcat is. Even if we're talking about Bobcat Goldthwait and you don't know who he is, if you look him up, you'll be like, oh, of course, because he was selling out the Garden in 1990.
Yeah, and he's had such a varied career.
Yeah.
And in I think it's season 1 or season 2 of the Larry Sanders Show, which is, arguably one of the best shows ever.
Which I have, I've seen a couple scenes from it. That should just be what I'm binging, honestly.
Yeah, it's so good. And quite frankly, if you don't have HBO Go, a ton of the episodes are on YouTube. Okay. But there's an episode there with young prime time, like Police Academy movies, Bobcat.
Okay. And so he's the biggest comedian in the world for that time.
You'll love this episode because David Letterman's in this episode, because it's all about how David Letterman and Gary are both grooming and picking a host for a late night show that's going to follow them in the 12:30 slot. So it's like that moment in history where the 12:30 show becomes a thing, as opposed to just having one late night show.
Just the 11:30 show.
It becomes like a string of shows. Yeah. So, and it's about David and Gary trying to pick their host, and like all these different comics, like trying to vie for the spot, like Bob Saget, all kinds of people trying to like vie for that spot. Yeah. And Bobcat's one of the guys. It's the guy that Gary Shandling or Larry Sanders wants to put into that 12:30 slot. Yeah. And then it's but it's him being Bobcat before he dropped the voice and everything.
Before he dropped now I consider him more Goldthwait than Bobcat.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. All right, that's fun. I gotta check that out. We got a couple more games we're gonna get in here. We're still cruising along. What do we want to do? You good to keep going?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this game, chat, you're gonna be able to do a prediction guess. This game is called Rapid Fire Trivia about a movie. We're seeing the movie, may or may not help you with the trivia, and we will see.
It's Rapid Fire Trivia about a movie. We're seeing the movie, we'll definitely help you with the trivia.
All right, Ryan, I'm gonna ask you 20 rapid fire questions about a movie, and you will answer them. You don't know what movie it is yet. I don't know if you've seen this movie. What I want is for everyone in the chat to guess how many of these questions Ryan's going to get right out of 20. I'm not even going to tell you what the movie... You know what? I'll tell you the movie before you guess. It's Air Bud. Don't tell him if you've seen it or not, Ryan. Ryan has to answer 20 rapid-fire trivia questions about the movie Air Bud. How many do you guys think he's going to get right? 3, 8. Let's see. Whoever gets closest. I don't know what you get. I don't know how to do anything if you get it right. I have no idea.
I'll send him my login to the Illuminati website.
Someone just said Pride. That's how bad they think. Oh, that's what you win. I thought that's how bad they thought you were going to do on the trivia. Is you. 10... 3, 8, 7, 7, 5, 12, 7, 6, 4, 9, 13, 10. All right, we feel good. My mom says you're going to do 10. Someone says you're going to get you win the corona vaccine if you get this right.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. That would be nice. You remember when we used to remember comedy?
Yeah, if I had the corona vaccine, I wish it was like, the same way the virus is transferable. Mm-hmm. I wish
you wish if you took the vaccine, you could cough it into someone?
Like, it's just like the best excuse to get your mouth on somebody. Is that weird to say?
No. That's the sentence everyone says all the time. And while we're talking here about putting your mouths on people, remember, guys, follow the show. I think it's up here. I don't know where the follow thing is, and we got a donate button down below that I split with the guests from that episode. So we'll split it with Brian and Ryan. If you guys donate down below, there's a PayPal thing there, and you can do that. And we appreciate it. It helps us. It helps pay for the equipment and everything. And y'all know what it is. It's the same people listening every day. So what are we doing? But I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for all the stuff. This is Rapid Fire Trivia about a movie we're seeing. The movie would probably help you with the trivia. Ryan, are you ready for your questions?
I am ready.
All right, Ryan. What year did Air Bud come out?
94.
Nope. What is the name of the dog in the movie?
Bud.
Close?
Buddy.
Yep. Within $1 million, how much did Air Bud cost to make?
18 million.
No. $3 million. Within $5 million, how much money did it gross?
94.
Nope. 24.6 million. How long is the movie within 7 minutes?
84 minutes.
98 minutes. What kind of dog is Buddy?
A mutt.
Golden Retriever. What is Buddy's jersey number?
7.
K9. What character says the famous line, "Ain't no rules, says a dog can't play basketball"?
Johnny.
It's a referee. You have not seen the movie, have you? Johnny? Johnny?
It's a movie about a dog. You know there's a kid named Johnny in it. There's got to be a kid named Johnny. Johnny, get your dog off of me. Hey,
But
Johnny, is that your stupid dog?
Just the way you answered it like this. Johnny. The dog.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny, I bet my cat could beat your dog at basketball. And then,
All right. The dog who plays Buddy also played which famous sitcom dog? Golden Retriever.
Oh, the dog in Harry and the Hendersons.
Nope, the dog from Full House. Oh, thank you. Someone sent us a donation. Look what happens when you send a donation. Watch this. Oh, you can't see it, Ryan, but this King of the Hill gift pops up. What is the mascot of the team that Buddy plays for?
Oh, it's balloons.
It's not. It's Timberwolves.
Oh.
How many sequels has Air Bud spawned? Within 2.
How many sequels?
Yes.
So not total number of movies. It's it has spawned 2 sequels.
12.
That's more sequels than the Iron Eagle franchise.
Yeah, it's insane. Yes, the other franchise we all think about.
Louis Gossett Jr., baby.
That's
Come on.
literally, there are 9 Star Wars. This said that they had a little more to say about Air Bud than Star Wars.
You can never get enough about a flying dog.
Probably the same amount of movies enjoyed by their fans.
I mean, Air Bud does fly, right?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, good.
All right, what colors are the Timberwolves jerseys? Get either of them right and you get it.
Red, blue.
Oh, blue is correct. What is the name of Buddy's abusive owner, the Clown's business?
Steve's Plumbing.
Clown and the Hound. What caused Josh to be sad and shy at the beginning of the movie?
It's Josh, Johnny. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Why is he so sad at the beginning?
His parents got divorced.
Oh, his dad died. So, I mean, technically his mom's no longer married. No, that doesn't count. What type of food was Josh holding that Buddy really wanted, knocking it out of his hands?
Ice cream pop.
Pudding cup. You're kind of close. The judge hearing the case at the end of the movie played for which NBA team?
Oh, the Los Angeles Lakers.
New York
Kareem
Knicks.
Abdul-Jabbar.
No. Name 2 sequels or spin-offs to Air Bud with their taglines.
Air Bud 3. Doggone it. Air Bud 4. Dog Days of Summer.
No. Finish this quote. Referee, does he dribble? Arthur Chaney, no, but he might blank a little bit.
Drool.
It is drool.
It's like I wrote this movie.
What triggers the dog to continually bark in the courtroom?
The prosecuting attorney has really bad cologne.
The gavel.
Ah.
Close. What part
Close.
What is any part? All right, I'm gonna say the first. There's 4 sentences in the tagline. I'll say the first one. You have to guess any of the other ones. All right.
Okay.
Airbud. He sits.
He sits. He high fives. He rolls over. He. What are other things that people say to they want dogs to do? High five, sit, roll
Dogs who
over,
play basketball.
play dead. He sits. He passes. He scores.
He scores. It's he sits, he stays, he shoots, he scores.
Stays.
Let's recap. We got 1,
I think I got 3.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, I got 4.
Did anyone guess 4? I don't think so.
That might be the most answers I've got correct on one of the never seen it rapid fire trivia games.
Oh, looks like Fuller guessed 4. Fuller's a
wow.
winner.
What a surprise.
What if he was killing in the game? He's killing it with this. That's so fun. That's so good. All right. Oh. So now we're going to have Ryan versus the audience. Ryan versus the crowd. Crowd, I need you to not cheat. Does everyone promise to not cheat? Type, I will not cheat, I promise. Fuller's types, I win the vaccine. In Florida, you're going to need it. If you've seen the news, the state that will need the vaccine first is Florida. I need you to take the vaccine and run around the beaches and stab those kids from the news. All right, so we're going to play Build the Perfect Movie, Ryan versus the audience. All right? So this is going to be Build the Perfect Movie. This is Ryan versus the audience.
Oh, I know this one. I know this game, I mean.
Build a perfect movie.
All right, so what we're going to do in Build the Perfect Movie, if you've never played before, here's how it works. This is Build the Perfect Movie. You must combine 2 movies from our list to build a perfect movie as close to 100% Rotten Tomatoes scores as possible without going over. Price is right, rules apply. So here's what will happen. I will give a category of a movie. Ryan will pick a movie from that category, and then everyone in the chat will pick another movie from that category, but the chat has to come to a consensus on their choice. And you have to figure it out amongst yourselves. So whatever feels like it's getting the majority, I'm going to go with. Does that make sense? If someone says something and you agree with that, agree with them. If you want to put a new one out there, put a new one out there. But I don't know how to do polls. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Someone will teach me. But today, we're just going to do chaos. Everyone says Fuller has the vaccine, so maybe we get on his good side. So you're going to try and build the perfect movie, 2 movies that add up to 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. And without going over. Cannot go over. Ryan, crowd, today your category is Tom Hanks movie.
Oh.
I hope our boy's doing all right in quarantine. Tom Hanks movies. Ryan, you'll pick one.
Joe versus the volcano.
Joe versus the volcano. All right, chat, throw out what Tom Hanks movies you may want to use. If you agree with one, say yes to that one. All right, we got some Terminal, Philadelphia, The Burbs.
I love The Burbs.
Polar Express, Mazes and Monsters. All right.
Mazes and Monsters. What movie is that?
All right. So we have a couple for Money Pit, and Polar Express. These are our 2. Money Pit. All right. The crowd's first choice is going to be Money Pit.
That's a good movie.
All right. Ryan, your first Tom Hanks score is 62%.
Whoa.
62% for Joe versus the volcano.
Oh, I picked it because I thought it'd be lower. I'm at to change
So you're looking for 38. Audience.
Oh, wow.
The Money Pit, starring, it says here, Tom Hanks. Oh, I should have had this music on. Here we go. Audience, you're at 45%.
Wow. 62 is so high for what I thought Joe V Volcano would be. Okay, ready for my second one?
Yes. All right, so
This
someone
is a
says,
movie.
All right,
Ryan,
you pick first. Audience, you figure it out.
I was going to say, I I think this is going to put me over, but I'm going to say Cloud Atlas, even though I think that was panned. I think that movie was panned. So I'm thinking 38%. I might get close to 38%
All right,
with Cloud
and
Atlas.
it looks like the audience is going with The Terminal.
Wow, Terminal's going to put them over. I mean, there's no way that they don't go over with The Terminal.
All
That's
right.
my guess. Because
All right.
Terminal was pretty much Castaway. I should have guessed that one.
You guys have too many votes for Terminal. You got to do it. All right, Joe versus Volcano, 62%. Cloud Atlas, 66%. We're over.
Okay,
we're over.
good. I'm glad I'm wrong on that because I do really enjoy Cloud Atlas.
All right. The audience has just decided they're fine with how they're about to go way over. Money Pit, 45%. The Terminal, 61%. Barely over by 6%. Over by 6%.
Wow, that's really close.
So we're both over. Here's what we're gonna do.
Tom Hanks has a lot of 60s, huh?
He's got. I think we all just sort of thought these are his bad movies.
Yeah, I mean that's called bankable.
All right, next round. Both close. Everyone was a good vibe. Crowd, you're gonna go first with this one. You're gonna try and build. Actually, Ryan, you'll go first because there's a little bit of lag, so it's easier if you go first because there's not lag between you and I.
Sure.
Ryan, we're trying to build a perfect romantic comedy.
Ooh. Romancing the Stone.
Oh, that's so funny. Polar Express would have put him over by 1%. That was the other one they were deciding against, was Polar Express. All right.
Romancing the Stone's gonna be minimum 78.
All right, so audience is talking about perfect romantic comedies, and they said Hot Rod.
What a good movie.
It's so good.
So good. So
All right.
funny.
Audience, we have we can't use Joe versus the Volcano. We used that already. Hot Rod, we have a choice. Movie 43. The first movie to get 3 people to agree to it is your choice.
I don't know what movie 43 is.
Let's go, chat. Need some agreeing here. 27 Dresses, 27 Dresses. We got 3 for 27 Dresses. Your first movie is 27 Dresses. All right. Ryan, Romancing the Stone, 84%.
Boom. Okay.
Audience, 27 Dresses. Which I think is how many times my sister has been a bridesmaid at this point.
27%.
Is 40%. 40%. So audience, you need a 60.
And I need a 16.
And you need a 16, Ryan.
Wow. A romantic comedy that got 16. It's probably so obscure I wouldn't know the name of it or be able to have it in my brain.
All right, the audience is going with, they've got their Serendipity will be the audience's, so it's up.
And I'm gonna say at 16, I'm trying to think of what's that movie with does this count as a romantic comedy?
Yes,
the Jamie Kennedy is like a rapper. Isn't you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Malibu's Most Wanted.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
That does count.
I'm gonna say Malibu's Most Wanted.
All right, Ryan. Here we go. Romancing the Stone, 84%. Malibu's Most Wanted, 31%. Surprisingly high.
It's probably hard to get a movie that's 16 though.
Here
right?
we go. 27 Dresses, 40% audience. Serendipity, 58%.
Yeah, they nailed it.
That's a 98er.
Wow, that's a good one. The Hive Mind.
The audience wins. Now we have to
yeah.
Now we'll throw
right
the vaccine away.
That is evidence that socialism should be ruling the day.
It definitely worked. That's great. All right. What we're gonna do? We're gonna take a few, maybe like a 2 or 3 minute break here, real quick. Smart move for you, Ryan, would be to mute your mic because they're gonna be able to hear you throughout the break if you don't. Guys, follow the show and donate down below if you want to do that. I appreciate it. I appreciate it all. We got a few more games with Ryan. We got maybe a Shane Torres drop in.
I wish I had a bit planned right now for like off camera,
I know,
where it's like
it's just you yelling at, no, this sucks. I'm wasting my time on this shitty show.
no, you tell him that I don't care. Well, put the body somewhere that it's not connected to me.
we'll be right back, everybody.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go use the loo.
I wanna be your rock, your Saturday cartoon. I wanna be the jam, your peanut butter too. I wanna be the skin of your favorite tattoo, just to be the man I never was to you. Some days you'll feel great, some days you'll feel so low. Don't let your sorrows drown into tomorrows, and take it as it goes. I wanna be the vase of your favorite bouquet. I wanna be the pill that gets you through your day. And when you're feeling blue, I'll try to color in you, just to be the man I never was to you. Some days you'll feel great, but some days you'll feel so low. Don't let your sorrows drown into tomorrows, and take it as it goes. Take it as it goes. What you got?
All right, what's up? Is everyone here? Are we having a nice time? This is a good song, right?
Is my mic too hot? I
You
turned the
sound
volume all the way
right.
down.
You sound all right.
Sound all right? Okay. Okay, cool.
2-minute, 30-second break.
Some days you'll feel
Yeah, appreciate everyone. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you watching.
but some
Remember, we got
days
that
you'll
donate
feel
button, and we got
so
that follow button and all that sort of stuff. So thank you. Illinois is starting a shelter-in-place lockdown Saturday. Why is this making me freak out a little bit more than the regular stuff?
Because it's yeah, I don't know the details, so I'm not gonna mention.
I don't really know either.
It's a little more strict. It's
Yeah.
From what I understand, it's like it is a citation-based violation of being somewhere that's not essential. So if you're out just kind of being you're out just hanging out in the streets or whatever, you could get cited if you're not on your way or to or from one of the essential spots.
Says someone in the UK got fined today for being out. This person goes, I'm in the UK. I thought all Americans had bomb shelters and ration packs and guns aplenty. Yeah, but my guns taste bad.
Yeah,
That's a problem. Don't get me wrong. I put them in my mouth. No, I don't know. I mean, it does feel having some sort of like mandated you have to do this makes you feel less in control than when they're like, look, it helps everyone if you do this.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
this is, I think we have to be careful because people who have been like the ardent, almost, the extreme supporters of like the Second Amendment,
Yeah.
they will, their fear, what they fear is kind of what's unfolding, but like they have it blasted off in their minds of like, well, once the government takes control and when it takes power, no one likes to give up power once they have it, right?
Yeah.
So that's their argument, which is, it's true. When people get power, they don't want to give it up, but they believe that once the government takes power over us in like an extreme way, like is going to be happening, shelter in place kind of things, that they're never going to want to give it up.
So you're saying it feels a little different than when they're like, keep your social distance, please, versus this feels like I think that
They're telling you
I
what
think
to
that's what's
do.
happening. I think what's happening is we had always been behaving a little bit like this since they asked us to do this. We've been doing self-quarantine as much as possible, social distancing as much as possible, but no one else was. So now they have to be like, look, we weren't joking. And I think that's what that is. To me, it's just a step in, like, we feel like it's a more intense thing because we had already been behaving in a rational, helpful manner. But everyone else was going beaches and stuff still. So I think it's just to be like, you have to do this to the people who are going. If you were already acting under this lid of social distancing and behaving properly, then this just feels like you're not the one getting yelled at.
Exactly. And I do think it's helpful to remember that this is temporary and it's for a good reason. It's for a good cause. And, because of my paranormal, and all that, the world that I'm in, I'm like, I rub elbows with the conspiracy theorists constantly. And here's the big problem that I see with some of that is the conspiracy theorist mindset that goes too far has always been like the government wants to, kill people and population control, right? Not to get too serious or dark here, but, considering the times we're in. But then the flip side of the coin, when the government steps in and wants to help and do their best to try to prevent unnecessary death, then there's that same conspiracy theorist who never has an answer for anything because it comes from a place of feeling powerless that is from within inside themselves. So it gets reflected in all this stuff becomes, so that saying like the government wants us all to die becomes the government's, trying to control me now. When in fact the government's trying to save you. Yeah. So it's you're damned if you do. How can the government tax you
if you die?
Yeah. So I think we're going to be fine. I don't know if the shelter in place means you can't go to the parks anymore, like to go hiking.
Oh, I don't know about hiking.
They still want you to, like going outside and getting, like they understand that you can't just live in your house forever. Like they understand you need to get outside, and it's encouraged to go outside,
walk around your neighborhood, wave to people across the street.
There's not tanks rolling down the street shooting you if you walk outside your house. It's nothing like that.
Right, but I do see where people who have been inside for the past week would then hear this additional thing and think it was going to that.
No, for sure. And, you and I are in a luxurious position. And, I guess, it speaks to some privilege that we have isolated existence and we've always had ambiguity when it comes to our financial future. Like we've been living that reality for me, over a decade now. So like I've been financially insecure for a decade and always have worked alone.
Yeah, you don't even have to throw the word financially in there.
Yeah, exactly. So this isn't a huge transition for people like us, right? Because we've been living this life in a way already chosen, not mandated from like the government. So it's less of a harsh transition for us. And I try to keep that in mind and try to, show empathy when it comes to someone whose life has really been turned upside down by all this.
It's just, I think that just, even if they announce a thing and it's how you're already behaving, it's just weird to be told to do something en masse. That's what gives me the anxiety, and I think that's what a lot of people feel. If everyone's like, look, you should do this, look, you should do this, versus if the giant power that be says you have to do this, that just, then you start to remember watching V for Vendetta, watching the, you know what I mean? You all these notions start to fly in, and then you see lines at grocery stores and everything like that.
None of us want to be told what to do,
right?
Like even on a personal level, let alone on a large scale.
It feels different when you're making the choice to do this to help people versus when someone's telling you have to do it. But you got to remember, if you're already making this choice, they're not telling you to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, I definitely understand why people would feel a higher level of anxiety and fear when it comes to, because I mean, it's also something that we haven't experienced here in this country. So,
right, but it's definitely something this country's done to other countries.
Exactly.
It's nice.
And people have experienced it. Like, how people always made fun of like, oh, grandpa, saves, because that's where like the saving all the ketchup packets and stuff like that comes from. The Depression, the era of the Depression, when food rationing and shortages
not even just
and
that,
stuff.
but there's there's a flu pandemic in 1918. Before that, there was a world war, then another world war, a depression in between them. This is just it's just weird here.
Yeah, for sure. And this is something interesting though that I've been thinking about. How many people who previously identified as introverted are now understanding that they're not introverted as much as they are contrarian on some level, because everybody's like, oh, you need to be out. Like, the way we're supposed to live is we're supposed to be out there, being social with people. And there's people who don't want to do that, so they go introverted, right? And so now when they're told to stay home and be alone to themselves, like, they have a deep desire to, like, no, I want to go out and be social. You know what I mean? Like, so because I'm wondering that about myself when it comes to, like, have I really been this introverted in my life when it comes to, like, my personal life? Because, doing stand-up is very extroverted, but when it comes to our personal lives, I can tunnel away for
doing stand-up.
weeks at a time.
I do think doing stand-up is extroverted, but I think it's maybe more social than it is extroverted, because you're not like, it depends on who it is though. Like, my stand-up is maybe extroverted because I'm, like, welcoming a conversation and I'm, like, aware of the moment, and the crowd is a part of it. But, like, Mitch Hedberg's stand-up wasn't very extroverted. You know what I mean? It was, I don't know. I'm listening. I'm learning.
It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that we're caterpillars being forced into a cocoon, and I'm interested to see the butterfly that emerges.
And I like reading these comments. Extroverted, introverted isn't about social confidence. It's about how you refill your energy. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, speaking to that person's comment, what I've always been told or came to understand was that extroverted people have to recharge their battery by being alone. Like, they spend long periods of time being extroverted, so then the way they recharge is being alone and by themselves. And so I mean, I don't know. It's like the milk and eggs, and is coffee bad for you? It seems like doctors, scientists,
back and forth every 5 years.
Back and forth every 5 years.
It'll be a diet based on eggs. Then they said eggs will kill you, and then it's a diet where it's like you drink coffee and wine every morning and you'll be the president. And then it's like a diet where it's like no.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, people just have to, like, listen to their own bodies and understand how they feel, how they get juiced up, and how they recharge. That's the only thing that's really important.
Lump all people in the whole world into two groups, introverted or extroverted, when in reality,
it's not accurate.
It's like lumping in all of my mental health issues, layer on top of all of that, and are just even more like a bigger part of what controls how I behave than whether or not I'm introverted or extroverted. It's like all this stuff where it's anyways.
I mean, I think we're quickly learning in the last 5 years that, either or there's no such thing as either or.
Right.
Man or woman, like, come on. I mean, or Republican or Democrat. I mean, there's like 13 flavors of skull chewing tobacco. You're telling me that there's only two options on these other things? It really is
wild that you think everything comes down to one side or the other. It's like, how could we all look? I think we all know that there are four types of people. At least I think. There's not introverted, extroverted. There's four types of people. There's Carries, Samanthas, Charlottes, and Mirandas. And
I'm definitely a Miranda, although I have no idea what that means.
Well, it's nice to be Miranda because then you have the right to remain silent. All introverts are Mirandas. Oh, folks. A Miranda rights joke. Can you believe it? Yes. If you've ever talked to me, you can.
I'm surprised you didn't go on a Miranda Rights, like WRITES riff from there.
I guess I think people talking about, like, it's a lot of the uncertainty from getting announcements like this, because it didn't. We kind of felt in control until they started telling everyone, like, we were like, I don't know why we felt in control of any of this, but until someone in position of power we've given them is like, you have to behave like that, then you feel like you're losing the control. If everyone's just sort of like, stay in, it helps the greater good. You feel like you're in control. You're like, I'll do this and do that and do this. But now when someone's, I don't know. Yeah.
And we also forget that, like, the government or the powers that be, we also forget that when you really examine them, they're our neighbors.
Yeah.
They're people, they're individuals. And even though sometimes we think that they have all the real information or the truth or something more than us, really the truth is, at the end of the day, they might know a little bit more, sometimes, but at the end of the day, we're all just kind of like, what's happening? You know what I mean?
Cue "We Are the
and-
World" sound clip.
Yeah. So
I think what I would like to cue is a lot of celebrities from the gardens of their mansion singing a John Lennon song.
That's so funny that I saw that on Twitter the other day or Instagram. Someone like, yeah, it's how reassuring it is when celebrities from their hot tubs are telling you to stay, hey, be cool, stay home.
Yeah.
Like, it's or I saw something the other day, just last night when I was trying to sleep. I saw someone hashtag the little things, right? And it was like a gourmet meal they had prepared for themselves.
Right.
It's like the little things, and it's like, yeah, that's mac and cheese for most of us.
Yeah,
bro.
I know.
But,
So if I still had butter, I would be making mac and cheese.
Yeah. So it is interesting. But I will say this: I was at the grocery store the other day, and there was a line to get in, and I waited maybe 15 minutes outside, no big deal. And then once I got in, I realized, oh, the store is practically empty. Like, they're doing this line situation so to control how many people are in the grocery store at
They
once.
don't want you on top of each other inside.
Yeah, it was the most peaceful and calm shopping experience I've ever had, even in like quote unquote normal times, because there was zero wait at the checkout for me. And this is in Los Angeles, right? Where there's 11 million people. So it was amazing the way they had done it. I had never had a better experience at the store than I did. And I have never before felt so connected to every person alive than I do right now. It's really kind of a beautiful thing when we understand how physically and, and also through our consciousness, how connected we are to one another. This is really like on a global scale, giving us an opportunity maybe for a morphic resonance event.
Yeah.
To where we can all we're trying to understand our priorities. I do think that after all this, there will be less offices because companies will understand we were even more efficient with everybody working from home. Like, there'll be more people pursuing what they want to do with their lives, and shedding the old jobs.
I really had to dive into this I didn't know how to use this in any capacity, and I dove into this whole Twitch thing so insanely quick. And I don't know if he's still in here. But I got a ton of help from Velcrafting, who watch the show sometimes, and some other people. I'm not sure if they're all in here, but it's been like a ton of people helping me with this whole thing. And I'm like, look how productive I was with no restraints when I needed to be immediately. Like another guy, Andrew, who I'm not sure if he's in here as well, has helped me out a ton. But yeah, I think people's productivity can exist outside of being watched like they are a child.
Totally. I mean, I made for the first time, I made like a short film that I put up a few days back.
Yeah.
That I made in like 48 hours. With the help of Tyler, my roommate who does the music here too, with Aaron. He did the music for the soundtrack. It's a short film I put on YouTube and Instagram, and it was like the first project while.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Hold on, everybody. We just got a nice drop in here from Shane.
God.
So let me go ahead and get it in here. Let me go ahead and get Shane in here.
They can't see him already.
They can't see him yet. They can't see anyone. I'm adding everyone in here real quick.
Hey,
Ryan's
baby
here.
boy.
Hey, sugar. Can you guys see me?
We're getting
Hear
you
me?
in. I think they can hear you. I don't think they can see you.
No one ever has truly seen me.
One more, and we're good. Everyone's chanting for Shane. That's so funny. I was just like, there he is. There he is.
Oh.
I'm getting better at adding people in here. Look at that. Pretty seamless this time, and it looks all right.
It's so funny.
Like the set a little bit too.
So how Skype works is
right when we got super serious. It's so funny.
I was like,
how are you, boys?
Good, man. How are you holding up?
I'm okay. Yeah, just had a call with my financial advisor.
Oh, I bet.
Oh,
Impossible to go bad.
What?
What were they like? It's going great.
He was like, you're down 15%, which is not as bad as some people.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
What's in the mug? Someone's asking what's in the mug.
What?
What's in the mug?
Oh God, cold coffee.
Me too. Shane, do you know what this
what
is?
about you, singer? What are you drinking?
I wasn't drinking. I do have mushrooms. I'm going to do maybe later tonight.
Oh, I got Shane echo. I'm sorry. Every time I add someone in, I got to turn that off. It should be good now. It should be good now. Shane, now that you're here, I think we just play. We got a couple games and then we get going out of here, right?
All right, all right. Hey, by the way, I like what you did with the set since the last time.
It
I
looks
was on
nice,
this show.
right?
Yeah, it looks good.
It's
Yeah.
easier.
What was it before?
I can
Just
move
like
people
this?
around.
In the old days, there was none of this color. There's no orange.
Before the sponsors
He was
showed
on a
up.
string budget in the beginning.
I tried to get a bidet sponsor, but now they make you pay to have them sponsor you. They're so scarce.
Yeah. The executives are like they at the beginning of this show. It wasn't the massive success in the beginning that you knew it was. We were scared.
It was real cut and go there for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Like I remember, like now that craft service is what it is at social distancing. That's what people talk about.
Craft services, this one fruit I took from a tree outside that we don't know what it is.
Yeah, but
Oh,
before
you
it
ate
was-
that?
I had a little
Before
bite
you-
of it. It's okay. Luke, I think someone knew what it was though. All right.
Don't just start eating random fruits, Kyle. That's not.
You are sorry. If you would have got in here when you said you were, you could have saved me. But instead,
Dude,
Sorry.
next time you just
The
next time you
markets
gotta
are
plant-
flat.
you gotta
I'm
plant
trying to find
snap
a way
it.
to make money.
all right, here we go. So we're gonna play before and afters. That's what we're gonna do. We both know how before and afters works. Everyone knows how before and afters works.
Yeah, I'll remember.
It's 2 movie titles smushed into one. I will read you the smushed together movie plot, and you tell me the smushed together movie title. How you guys feel about that? You feel good?
God, I
Yeah.
suck at this game though.
All right, here we go.
That
I got
one
the...
looks exactly like I thought it would look. Goddamn pyramid with eyes and
Dreamcatcher.
candles,
Oh,
and for some reason a goddamn giant gorilla.
there's my altar over here. You can see it.
Yeah.
so funny.
Fuck.
That's so
Look
funny.
at this. But before we get into this, I'm using these big time. This is my container of crystals.
I didn't know you could
Well-
contain them.
Whichever
Well, you-
one is for supply chains, let me know.
I got a buddy who's a trucker, so if we ever really need
Whoa,
something,
that'd
he
be
told
huge.
me he'd drive that truck up onto our front lawn and give it to us. So you just keep me posted. I got us covered on that.
All right, well,
That's a
We're
fun
okay
thing to
with
say
that.
in the most public platform possible.
Oh,
well, not
shoot.
the most public.
No, it's the
Let's
most-
not act like you're a viral
It's
sensation.
the most public platform there's ever been. Can you believe we have both people listening here are going to now hit Ryan up for that? And that includes my
Yup.
alt.
Y'all can fuck off. This is just like the test. It's celebrities first.
All right, here we go. I'm going to tell you a smushed together movie title or smushed together movie plot. You guys tell me the smushed together movie title. You will be competing against each other. Here we go. They're saying, give us dem supplies. Who's got the truck? Everyone's all right, here we go. After losing both her grandfather and a child beauty pageant, a young girl undergoes a procedure to have the painful memories erased from her mind.
Little Miss
Bit
Eternal
sunshine
Sunshine.
on the top of mine.
I think Ryan might have got that one in just quicker.
He just has a better Wi-Fi connection. We were on the same.
I'm hardwired. I'm hardwired.
Right.
In, baby.
Ryan just Ethernetted his way to a victory on round 1 here. All right, next one.
He's juicing. He's juicing.
That's the first time I've ever gotten
That's
one
the
first,
equivalent
by
of
the
steroids on a stream game, is using Ethernet.
Oh, and also, don't say it's the first time you've ever gotten one. That doesn't help me feel better.
That's why I said it. That's why I
Makes,
said it.
makes it seem like I'm an idiot.
Number two. An ex-cop gets involved with the street racing scene in a